They like to devour all things TWD. They're a little hellish. You're gonna relish them. Relish the day. Oh yeah. Get your axe, shoot your vest, get your crossbow. It's Carol, Eliza, Barb, and Dawn. We gotta tune in before they tear us apart. They got a way right through to your heart. You gotta cherish them, or you're gonna relish them.
Good evening. Welcome to the Relishing Dead podcast, where we devour everything in the TWD universe. I'm Dawn.
I'm Barb.
I'm Eliza.
And I'm Carol.
So tonight we're going to start out. We have two very special birthdays. One to our co-host, Carol. Everybody say happy birthday to Carol.
Oh, we love her, Carol. Our feral Carol. Carol is feral.
And then our Patreon, Randy Nickel.
Randy, my birthday twin. Yay!
And of many faces.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Randy.
Yes.
Happy
So tonight we thought we'd want to revisit season 1, episode 1 and 2, just to take another look. And,
Season 1 and 2 or episode 1 and 2?
Oh, sorry, episode 1 and 2. Season 1, episode 1 and 2.
I didn't rewatch it for the 1800th time.
Sorry.
No, because I'm like laughing because like I haven't seen it a million times anyway.
Yes, season 1, episode 1 and 2. Sorry.
Have a
So,
lot to watch.
I want to start out asking you girls a question. When you first started watching again, what was your first thoughts? How did it make you feel? What was going through your mind?
Watching it again?
Yes.
Well, I immediately started criticizing because I was like, okay, right out the gate, continuity problem. And then I'm Googling how long does it take for cut flowers to die? How long does it take for a man to grow a beard? Trying to figure out, how long was he in that coma, by himself. And so I was criticizing it right out the gate.
Well, for me, I can't say again because it's probably my 300th time. But I do always love finding the mistakes and, laughing how the walkers were running or picking up rocks and teddy bears and stuff like that. So I can't even remember the first, the second time I've ever watched it. But for the first time, when I ever first got into the show, I knew I had to watch it because everybody was bragging about it. And I was hooked when Rick brought down the visor and you saw his family. And I went, oh, this is going to be good. So, but for me, like I said, with the games and loving the show so much and watching it 300 times, I don't know what the second feeling was like.
So when I started watching it, the first episode this past weekend, my first thing is that I don't know why this happens to me, because I've seen it just like Barb, just like Dawn, just like Eliza. We've all seen it several times. We know what's going to happen. It's not a surprise. And yet I find that my heart starts to race, and I start stressing out and worrying for the group or worrying for Rick. And for me, when Rick, of course, when he first wakes up and I'm watching this and he's, going through the hospital and trying to figure things out, I'm like, would I have reacted that way? Would I have done that? Would I have gone into a darkened stairwell with just a pack of matches in my hands to get out? How would I feel when I walked outside and saw the dead bodies being wrapped, that were all wrapped up and stuff? But the thing that cut me was when Rick goes home and he's on the floor and I'm going to start crying now. He's literally just tortured by the fact that he has seen all this. He doesn't know what's going on. He can't find his family. And he is asking himself if it's a dream. Is this real? is this real? And he's just broken.
That acting was chef's
Oh.
kiss. I mean, when he's touching the floor, like,
Mhm.
and then hitting himself in the head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holding his hand down, catching his own tears,
Mm-hmm.
trying to see if it's real. And it's just, I was sold all again. I was just like, okay, I'm done. And ended up watching more episodes than I was supposed to for tonight. I've seen it a million times. Why am I still obsessed with this? You know?
So answer your own question, Dawn.
Well, like, of course, when I put it on, it was like home comfort, watching it. And I was kind of like Carol. I was watching Rick's emotions more on his face and how he looked at the flowers and touched the flowers as they were just shriveled up. Just all the expressions, especially that part when he went home, like Carol, we're on the same brainwave.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when Carol says that she's like looking at stuff like how she would have done differently, the one thing that bugs me the most is the gas station. He's upset there's no gas, but look around. How many fucking cars are there?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that other than all the mistakes in the episodes, but that's what bugs me. You're upset there's no gas, you're riding a bicycle, you're on a horse, but look around. How many cars are there?
And then,
Yeah.
and then
You
how
got to siphon it.
How
What?
harsh Shane was. How harsh.
Mm-hmm.
He was very harsh in that car.
Well, yeah. There's a look at some point that Shane gives Rick that you question whether or not he and Lori were doing something.
They are.
Well, as my daddy
wrote
would say,
that down.
if he wasn't riding the horse, he already had it out the barn with a saddle on it.
No, I'm going to tell you exactly what I wrote. Do you think Shane wanted Lori all along when he asked Rick, how is it with you and Lori?
I think he already knew. He'd
Yeah.
already been with her. Yeah.
Mhm.
I wrote it.
Because I didn't see it the first million times that I was watching, because I've always been paying attention to Rick. But for whatever reason, in that conversation in the car when they're talking, I'm watching Shane. And Shane's just looking at him like, please don't tell me that it's good. Please don't tell me
Yes.
this is between
Yes.
you two. You know?
So what is the do we have a timeline? I
Well,
mean,
we know Rick was in a coma for 33 days.
And Morgan said that the pilot or the hot water has been off for about a month.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So
Yeah, Nissa, but come on, can we still check them?
all right, so mistake number 1, man cannot live for 33 days without water and his bag was dry.
Yeah.
Number 2, he got shot in the shoulder, but then miraculously his wound dropped down to his abdomen. And I'm still
Yeah.
going puzzled how he was the only person in the whole damn hospital that survived.
That's because Shane put the gurney in front of the door, Lisa.
I know it was in the script.
It was in the script.
And I'm trying to think, okay, so what's the timeline from when he gets connected when we see Lori doing the bumping uglies in the woods with Shane? How many days in between Shane doing that and Rick showing up at the camp?
33.
Huh?
Huh?
33 days.
No. From when we see Lori and Shane making out in the forest to where Rick shows up at the camp. What's that spread of time?
Not very long.
One
One
day.
day. All right. Well, we know that they had sex that day with Shane. She had sex that night. All right. So now what's the timeline then? Does she go full 9 months?
No, because remember in the prison, they asked the prisoners how long they had been there. And then they said when the alarm went off, it made her go into premature labor.
And Axel just made a comment that this is something that I wrote down as the very next thing. When they're in the car, when Shane and Rick are in the car and they're talking about Lori,
Mm-hmm.
Shane takes his fry and dips it in Rick's ketchup. You can't tell me that's not a metaphor.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot tell me that's not a metaphor.
I'm dipping my fry in your crap.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good job, Axel, because I had that same note. I'm like, same dips fry and Rick's ketchup.
There's something else I've always noticed, and now that we're talking about the show, I could bring it up. But when Morgan and Rick are talking, when they first, when they're eating, Morgan says, "No, I'm talking about the walkers." So he says the word walkers. Later, the group in the department store are calling them geeks, but over the radio, Glenn calls them a walker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just found that, and then Michonne does it later.
Yeah.
Without even, it's just weird how they use the same name, yet they didn't know each other, and it didn't click.
Right.
Anybody.
No, that's a good one. I didn't catch that.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan says it at the dinner table, and then Glenn says it over the radio.
Yeah.
You're
I love
surrounded by
Glenn.
walkers.
I mean, I have forgotten how funny Glenn actually is.
Yeah.
How comedic he actually was. And him driving that Dodge Charger through Atlanta. He's like, I got a cool car. It's just, yeah, it was good.
Or when they're cutting up the thing and he throws up and like
Oh,
dead,
yeah.
dead puppies and kittens.
Dead puppies
Yeah.
and kittens, exactly. Puppy
Yeah.
kittens. But he is, I forgot how funny his character really was.
Mm-hmm. Do we know where the location is where that shootout happens?
With the what?
The shootout where the car flips and the guys get out and Rick gets shot.
Me and Barb's been there.
Have you?
Yeah. Okay.
It looks totally different now because there's like houses there.
Oh,
We were
okay.
disappointed. We were like,
But we did see the house, where he gets the horse from too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right, I was just curious. The other thing that I noticed, and of course there's no real way to tell one way or the other, but when Morgan and Rick and Dwayne are in the sheriff's department, they've just had their showers and stuff, and Morgan and Rick are talking. They're sitting on that bench, and Morgan doesn't have a shirt on.
Mhm.
He has a tattoo on his
Ugly.
right shoulder.
It's ugly.
And what is that?
I thought it was like
Jenny.
a lion's head.
Because to me, it looked like Jenny, but it actually looked like Jenny as a walker
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because
because of the way the hair is.
I'd say it's just a bad tattoo of Jenny.
I got it. Bill, go to sleep. Make sure you find your phone first.
Yeah. Hope you're feeling better, Bill, since your surgery. I thought it was a lion, but I mean, yeah. We'll have to ask Lenny or Greg.
Yeah, it was just a weird, because you could only see like the top half of it, and to me, I was like, oh, that looks like Jenny as a walker. It was crazy.
Now I'm Googling to see if there's shirtless pictures of Lenny James.
It's not a bad thing.
And didn't you think it was funny though how he was walking around and like walked all that way to his house and really didn't encounter any walkers?
When he got to the park and took the bicycle, the only walker that he encountered was the bicycle girl.
Yes. And
And he
like
didn't-
when he left the hospital and saw the helicopters, there was nothing, no walkers, nothing.
Yeah. And I found it strange that the helicopters by the hospital had the two swords
Mhm.
on the front,
The 7. Mhm.
Let's see our
whereas
number.
the other helicopters that he saw in the second episode in the streets of Atlanta had the cross on them.
Yeah.
So it was really strange. I didn't understand why there would have been these hospital helicopters downtown, but these rogue helicopters by the hospital. It was really strange to me.
Mhm.
So the first
And
season,
if I'd have been him, I would have looked around right there for somebody's clothes. I mean, they had camp set up instead of wandering around in my underwear still.
yeah,
I'm
I
sorry,
think
but him riding that bicycle in that robe and underboxers was
he looked like Superman.
Oh,
The robe was flying in the wind. He looked like it was like a superhero cape.
He looked like he had never ridden a bicycle in his
Well, he
life.
was only on it for like 5 seconds and then like,
Yeah. I mean, we know where they filmed Bicycle Girl. We know where the park is. We know where Rick's house is. We know where Morgan's house is. It wasn't a stretch.
yeah. Yep.
I will say when you watch, it was really hard to kind of stop it and not go any further. But when you watch it, knowing what happens forward, you do watch it with a different eye. You watch it with a different perspective of how
Mhm.
Frank Darabont created the show, and then how the show ended. With the way of the walkers.
Yeah.
And you see how Angela Kang tried to bring in aspects or kind of a nod back to Frank Darabont by the advancement of the walkers being able to climb and do stuff like that. Because I was watching it and I'm like, I don't like these walkers. They can climb fences and pick
I
up.
think that was more exciting though.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. And they ran. They ran.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
some were creepy. I mean, there was that one guy that
Looks like a vampire.
maybe he was in the street
A
there.
purple coat, jacket, or whatever.
Yes, was he not creepy? And just the way
Yeah.
he looked at Rick. But it also made me wonder if Rick may have arrested him at some point, and there was that recollection, because there was a look of knowing.
But he was in Atlanta.
It don't matter.
But he wouldn't have arrested him. He was from a town down the road.
Yeah, true.
Down
Yeah.
deep.
All right, I have a question.
Mhm.
I mean, I know Merle was a dick, but why did they leave him?
Because he was a dick.
But it would have taken 2 seconds.
Well,
No,
because
they didn't have 2 seconds, honey. The walkers were breaking the doors down. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but would you say
T-Dog,
that you would
T-Dog
run?
dropped the key.
You got all those damn tools, chop his arm off right then and there and take him.
Yep, and he
But
did.
no, but seriously, would you have stopped and did that or run because you knew the walkers were
In
coming
that
in?
moment,
Back up?
I mean, the way I look at the show, I would have, when they said, let's go, like that second, yes. Tried all my best. And then if we couldn't get him loose,
Yeah.
see ya.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you, Barb, because the whole time that was during that scene, I kept telling myself they had plenty of time. They had the time.
T-Dog stood there, stopped, dropped the key. Then he went down the stairs and it came back to lock the keys. And then they're still waiting for the door.
Yeah.
They had that split second. I would say yes, but
Yeah. At least try to, because those pipes and all that stuff were old. And the fact that he was, he couldn't cut that one little tiny sliver of metal,
But do they really, did Andrea and all them really know the tools was there? Because T-Dog didn't hit that until he was running and he knocked it over.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because remember he hit it and then it spread out.
And then he cuts his wrist off. So he cuts off a main He cuts a main artery open. How does he cauterize it and not bleed out?
That stove.
That stove, yeah.
Yeah, it's not in that episode. It's when they go back
Okay.
and they see the stove, and the stove's got Merle meat on it.
Lisa, have you ever watched The Walking Dead?
Have you ever watched The Walking Dead, Eliza?
No, this is my first time out of it.
Anna.
Who's Deanna? Who's Deanna? But
Yeah.
no, there's
Samara agrees he was a dick. Tabitha agrees he was a dick. Samara said, "Nah, fuck him."
no, I get that. But I don't care who's a dick or who's an ass or whatever. I mean, in a split second, I'm going to give it a shot, and then I'll leave him.
Well, I
Right.
mean, he did lock the door.
He did. He
Yeah.
did take the time to lock the door to give Merle a bit of a chance, and that was, I could see doing that myself. If I couldn't have freed him, I would have done at least that.
Mhm.
But it stressed me out again, and I knew it was going to happen. I was
Mhm.
watching the scene the whole time. I knew it was
Go on.
happening.
Hurry,
And I
hurry,
was
hurry.
stressed out. I'm like, hurry up, get down to the gate, get down to the door, hurry, hurry,
Oh,
hurry.
hurry, hurry, hurry. The walkers are coming.
Yeah. And I know this episode.
I don't know this episode.
Hold it, hold
I
it.
was still stressing. It was horrible.
Mm.
Oh, but I love the walkers that were there at the department door. They're breaking the glass. They get through the first set of doors from, using the rocks to break through the glass.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, it was just like, I couldn't breathe. It was so stressful. And it just reminded me how much I was invested in this show from the very first episode.
Well, like I was telling Carol earlier before you and Barb came on, Eliza, that I loved the walkers and the music because it made me think of, George Romero, when the girl is like the walker is on the ground and she's pulling herself
Yeah.
on the street, and it's just creepy. And that
Yeah.
music playing,
Very,
it's like
very,
ooh,
very much so.
And,
yes.
the walkers that were in the bus and how they just kind of came alive when Rick was riding through on the horse,
Mhm.
Right.
and they just slowly came alive. It was just,
And we didn't see that type of reanimation or awakening again, I don't think, until they went down into that army facility, right?
Mhm.
When they went down looking for the MREs, we didn't see that where they were in that kind of sleep mode and start waking back up again until then.
right.
So
And you're
you
right.
watch it.
Yeah, you're right, Bragg. He if he could have, he would have twisted those cuffs over and over and the links would have snapped. But you're right, it wouldn't have made good sense for the future stories because Merle had to go through what he went through in order for him to become what he did later on. I mean, I get it. It's in the script. There's a reason for it and all of that, but there's just some things that we just will never understand.
I would love to have seen it from Darabont's perspective all the way through.
I would have too.
Well, he said in an interview that he wouldn't have killed Glenn.
Right.
Mm.
But I think Glenn had to die in order for Maggie to become the character that she became.
And his death was in the comics. Now, that doesn't mean that they had to stick to the comics because obviously they didn't.
Right.
But his death was in the comics, and but just that mind of how Frank Darabont worked it was really cool.
And if you notice the Andrea and Rick moment where he was wanting them together, you could see
Mm-hmm. The chemistry between the two of them,
Yes.
where she was looking at the mermaid necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was, and I have a note about Andrea, and you knew I was going to have a note about Andrea, Dawn, because you know that she is not my favorite character. But damn it, I mean, she just.
when you look back though on a retrospective.
So the whole time, I mean, the first time I get it, the way that she reacts to Rick, he rang the dinner bell. I get it. She's not happy with him. But every single fucking guy that she runs into in this show that you would think would be a bad guy, let's just call him that, Shane, the governor, okay? She didn't have a fucking problem with either one of them, but the good guy she's mad at and can't stand.
Yeah. I wonder if she's ever gotten with Daryl or Merle.
It says a lot about her choice of men before post-apocalyptic. You know what I'm saying?
But if Darren got to write it, would she really got with the governor?
I don't think so. I think that if Darabont was still on the show during that time, we would have seen the Andrea and Rick love story.
So wasn't the Andrea in the show a social worker? I know that they gave
A lawyer.
her comic book background was a lawyer, and they gave that to Michonne.
Yeah.
Was she
She was
like a
civil
social
rights
worker,
attorney is
Dawn?
what she was.
I thought Andrea was a civil rights attorney, wasn't she?
Andrea was a civil
Joan was
rights.
an art dealer.
Yeah.
Michonne was an art dealer.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch the show.
Eliza, this is The Walking Dead.
Ed,
Shut up.
I love you, Eliza.
Louisa needs some sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that if Darabont had continued on and had his way with this show, it would have been a completely different show.
Mhm.
I think that the Walkers would have continued to be as freaky as we wanted
Shut up,
them.
Laura.
Tamara, Eliza, welcome to Relishing the Dead.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been very different for sure.
And I love his writing because it's so emotional, like you said, Carol, about Rick in his house, Darren bought, and just like
Yeah, and then at the end, I'm sorry, but I can watch that scene over and over again. Just the scene when you hear, "Hey, helicopter boy, come meet," whatever, and he steps out, and you see him, and I mean, he looks and recognizes that it's Shane, and then he sees Carl and Carl sees him. I could watch that scene over and over. It's to me, it's the equivalent
Mhm.
of season 5, No Sanctuary, when Carol and Daryl are reunited, because that's my favorite episode, my favorite, reunion between the two of them. To me, it's the equivalent to that, and it just grabs my heart
Yeah.
every time, and I can't even.
And then that look on Lori's face, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's ruined by her realization that she ain't getting no more Shane. You know what I'm saying? But if you look in the background and you watch Andrea and you watch Amy and you watch Dale and you watch all of those people,
They're all like,
acting, they're just like, holy shit, is this really happening?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Well, so no, I ain't gonna say nothing because y'all gonna be like, didn't you watch the show? So do we
All right,
think
we'll stop.
anybody else in the camp knew that Shane and Lori were?
They all knew.
Hmm.
That was not a secret.
Hmm.
Because even Andrea in season 2, when they're in the farm, she's like, you get a boyfriend, a husband.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know.
well, she saw it when she walked up on them when they went to the church when they were looking for Sophia. Remember?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it
You
just
overheard?
solidified what they suspected.
Yeah.
So.
I do love seeing Anissa's RV.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice to see. And I watch it and I'm like, oh, what else can we add to Anissa's RV? What can we? And I'm looking at the little pieces up on the roof and everything, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe Anissa needs one of these, or maybe Anissa needs one of these.
Listen, do you have a red and white umbrella yet? And
I'm sure she does.
yellow launcher.
So, what did you all think when the for the season 2 or episode 2? See, there I went again. Episode 2, the opening when it's Lori and Shane. She didn't seem like she was very uncomfortable.
No, not at all.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm still getting over Eliza remembering the red and white umbrella, but she was.
Well, it's not everything. How
Yeah.
could you forget?
So was it a red cooler and a blue and a green chair or something like that?
I'm sorry, Dawn. I
Shut up, Barb. Shut up, Barb.
I do have a question real quick about, okay, so Merle is up on the roof, right?
Mhm.
Everybody else is down inside the department store. When Rick is going into Atlanta and he gets trapped in the tank, right? So everybody else is inside the building, but Merle is up on the roof. So why was Rick able to see the helicopter from the street
Right.
and Merle didn't see it from the fucking roof?
He was too busy shooting walkers.
He was on a different side of the building.
No.
Or maybe he was still in the building and not up the stairs yet. I don't know.
I didn't understand that, because the whole time, Rick is thinking that he's crazy because he saw a helicopter and Merle was right there. He would have heard it and seen it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's y'all a question. What was your first impression of Merle when he came on the screen?
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah,
I didn't like him at all.
definitely. But yeah, to answer your other question, I mean, yeah, she was totally comfortable.
Yeah.
Lori.
Yeah.
I mean, she was watching him with Carl and, secretly having that aw feeling. So yeah. But yeah, Merle was dick.
Yes, because you're just going through the world is ending. Your husband's dead. I'm sorry. I know everybody has their mourning time, but this is an apocalypse.
Well, so when
It was a month. Barely a month.
And when Carl says to Rick, Mom said you were dead, Lori looks directly at Shane because it was Shane that told Lori that Rick was dead.
Yes.
Not that I barricaded him in his room. So
I don't really, if Lori and Shane hadn't started anything before
Right.
Rick's coma, and all of this evolved because of the fact that they were thrown into this situation together. If that's the scenario, then I don't find fault in Lori and Shane. Because when you're in that type of heavy emotional situation, you're going to think you're going to die, blah, blah, blah. Your husband's dead. I don't have a problem with them turning to each other for comfort.
I'm
Well-
going to say something against that, Carol, because
Okay.
yes, I can see that. But with her having the image of, oh, look at Shane and Carl together, like having that moment,
Mhm.
you wouldn't really have that if it was just happen.
Right. I agree with that. But I'm saying that if the case were that they didn't start anything until post-apocalyptic stuff,
Mm-hmm.
then I can see how they could gravitate towards each other because they have a common denominator.
And they knew each other prior.
And they knew each other prior, so there was a friendly relationship. However,
But you both can be right at the same time, because even if they didn't, even if he wasn't riding the pony, he liked the pony very much.
He put the French fry in the ketchup.
he
So-
did. He dipped that French fry in the ketchup, buddy.
So he may have been infatuated with Lori. And then when all hell breaks loose, he just tells her Rick's dead. So now he can swoop in like the White Knight. So I think both things can be possible, is that she
Mhm.
thought Rick was dead. Shane is there saving them. He's being all ooey gooey, but he set it up. He may have liked her and not reciprocated on it initially.
The reason why I say no to that, because at Elder's Mill, when they're there and the way she looks at him when he says that he killed Shane, she was mad.
Hmm.
The look in her eye was like, you killed somebody that I loved.
But see, I don't think that she was mad at the fact that Shane was dead. I think she was mad because Carl was the one who put him down.
Mm-mm, I don't think so. Because
You don't
if
think
you
so?
watch, he goes, I killed, and then after he goes, and then Shane put him down, then she was like, that was just like the icing on the cake.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I
Yeah.
see what you're
Right,
saying.
but
Okay,
also
so she was
remember
already
she was
angry at the fact that Shane was dead.
Yes,
But the
because
fact
she
that
let
Carl
go
put
of
him
it
down was too much.
instantly, instead of saying, oh my God, you had to kill your best friend, it was,
You killed Shane.
He told
Kill
him
my
to.
baby- you kill my baby daddy.
yes, she told him to do it.
I
He
know.
told him to do it.
I know.
You killed my baby daddy.
So
Oh, kill
Axel
Shane,
said-
but let me be pissed off at you in the end.
Yeah. So Axel said it's clear to me Lori was cheating before the coma, but Lori was shocked to see he was alive. But I feel like Judith also has to be Shane's as well, which I think it would be funny to see a skit of John and Andrew on the Maury Povich show of You're Not the Father. Yeah. I try to play devil's advocate, but I promise you that I honestly believe
Mm.
that Shane and Lori had something going on.
Oh, I do too, because why did he ask Rick? So what, Lori? It was all
Yeah.
about Lori in the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I think, and the way that Shane looks at Rick during that conversation, I am convinced that Lori and Shane had something going on, and also because Lori was constantly pissed off at Rick. Well,
Mhm.
that's
He knew
classic.
And
That's
he knew
classic
that they
cheater
were
behavior.
arguing. He
Yeah.
knew they were arguing. That's why he asked.
Yeah.
And
I still want to go on a car ride with Shane.
And I will say this too. Usually, like if somebody's in a relationship and they're the ones starting the argument all the time, they're the ones that's doing something wrong.
Absolutely.
And that's
You
what
also-
Lori was doing.
you also could see the look in his eyes when he shows up to tell Lori that Rick's been shot. You could see it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Barb. You're
Mhm.
right. Yeah, I am 100% on the camp that Lori and Shane were dipping their fries in each other's French fry and each other's ketchup for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Mm.
Yep.
All right. Oh, and the other thing, oh my God, the other part of the first season was Morgan trying to put Jenny down and couldn't do it.
That was tough.
Oh,
And so there's another timeline I want to know. How long after we meet Morgan does Dwayne get bit by her?
yeah.
We know that that's ultimately what happens to Dwayne when he winds up going back to his home, many, many years later. But I wonder what that time frame was between when we last saw him with Jenny in the scope and when she actually comes through the back door.
Yeah.
I would say it would have to be based on that time in the Clear episode,
Mhm.
and he'd have to be at that location for a little while to get all that ammunition and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I would say, what you think? Couple months?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that because it was Jenny that took Wayne down ultimately, that they had not left for Atlanta
Right.
yet, that they were
Right.
still at that house
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when it happened. And that's what drove Morgan to leave.
Right.
Because didn't he leave Dwayne tied up in that house from fear when we watched?
When we watched him go back, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that was, boy, Lenny.
Axel, Lisa, don't get ketchup if you don't want to share.
Yeah, that's right. I love it.
Now, I hadn't had nothing to eat, and y'all just making it worse. I'm hungry.
Nothing wants some French fries and ketchup.
Yes, it does. I love it.
Well, and Jasmine says, but does anyone really think Shane would have been able to drag Rick out of the hospital and keep him or both of them
No.
alive to get
Well,
to
he was
Lord?
going to try it, but he looked at all that stuff that he was hooked up to.
Yeah. Without Rick being awake, it would have been impossible for him to do that.
Yeah.
Especially with all of the soldiers and stuff that were there in the hospital and they were shooting everything up and all of that. There's no way.
Well,
And
I
then our
Say, go ahead, Barb.
I was gonna say, like after he was gonna try to get him out, and they started firing, and then all the power went out, and he said he put his ear up to his heart. He thought he was dead. So why
That's
drag him?
why he told Lori. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He thought he was dead.
And
Yeah.
then
I
Daryl
do believe that. I don't believe that Shane just left Rick thinking that he was still alive. I think he literally thought he was dead.
Yep. That's why he was just as shocked when he showed
Uh-huh.
up.
Yeah, I do like the smile on Shane's face when he sees Rick.
Mhm.
I do like that. But
Then
then
he
of course,
backs up and takes a couple of steps, like I got to back out of this.
yeah,
But didn't you think it was interesting that Rick came up with the idea to put the blood on? And
yeah, that
Yeah.
was crazy.
yes, because
And of course,
they
Wayne
didn't know
Dunlap.
it was going to work.
I want to know if Rick ever told his family about Wayne Dunlap. That's
Wait.
what I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to go. What did you say, Dawn?
How did Rick know that covering them with blood?
Morales told him that he wanted to know like what they smell.
Now,
Death.
right, but they didn't know it was 100% going to work.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was a good guess, and it worked for a minute.
See, he did that, but he couldn't try to siphon a few cars.
Yeah.
And I think by going out in the alley where there were 3 or 4 walkers was kind of a testing pool to
Mhm.
see how those few reacted to him before they went out underneath the bus. Yeah.
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 All right. So did anybody see Sonia? I was looking for her, but they were all crazy looking.
No.
I know she said she was on top of the tank at some point, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I did see her on top of the tank, but I didn't see her in the car. And that was the shot that I was looking for. But I did see her on top of the tank. It's when the camera starts to pull up
Yeah.
and she's actually laying on top of the tank.
That's
Yeah,
what I
she's in the
was
car.
wondering. Yeah. Yeah.
I
She's in the car like this, and then when they go
Yes.
past, she's like,
Yeah. And I wasn't paying attention at that point, so I didn't
Yeah.
see that scene, but I did see her on top of the tank.
Okay.
So,
yeah, it's a good one with her in the car.
yeah.
Samara, I saw your comment. He thought he was dead. And for some reason, I read it just like, "Oh, brother, where art thou?
I thought you was a toad.
We thought you was dead."
Yeah. All right. So, episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
So there was something that I saw for the first time that I had never seen.
Oh no!
Rick's penis.
No, that's wishful.
Oh my gosh, Elise.
That's wishful thinking. So no, I had never, and I don't know why. And I know Barb's just going to shake her head and be like,
I'm already shaking my head.
"Where the fuck have you been?" Yeah. When Merle starts taking over the group, and he asks them to show a raise of hands,
Anybody?
and Jackie raises her hand.
Yeah.
You didn't know? Oh my god!
Yeah, I've seen that, Carol. I thought you would see that right off.
Look, I didn't, because everybody is just like, they're raising their hands, or Jackie's like,
You know what I thought you were gonna say?
what?
Is that everybody's in front of Merle? He's like, okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Well, what? Hello? He
Yeah.
didn't know about Rick even being there.
Right.
You're asking anyone else. That's what I thought you were going to say, because
No,
there was
no.
a hole in front of him
Yeah.
with the finger.
I really wish Jackie had lived because I really liked her character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did too. And then, I thought it was interesting, and I don't know why we've never really touched on this subject. Everybody's always kind of made a joke about Glenn's job pre-apocalyptic, where he was a pizza delivery guy. And the thing that stood out to me the most during this second episode was that if Glenn hadn't been a pizza delivery guy,
Mhm.
he wouldn't have known how to maneuver the streets of Atlanta the way that he did.
Yep.
So the fact that he was a pizza delivery guy was actually very, very important to his character for being the one who would go on the runs, who would go on, to Atlanta and would in and out and knew how to move around and stuff like that. And so the fact that it's always kind of been a joke that he was a pizza delivery guy was actually extremely, extremely important for his character to be able to do what he did and be the go-to-town guy.
Mhm.
And I thought that was one of the things that just really struck me this time watching it. I realized how important that was.
Yeah. Didn't he make the comment? I'm the one who usually just runs in and runs out. I don't have everybody with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then
I
when he
thought
explains what he did, obviously Daryl was like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
What else in there?
We got our first little taste of Ed. Ooh.
don't like him.
And such a weak Carol. It was just,
Ah,
God's just, I mean, talk about a beautiful character arc. Just seeing her in those first few moments. We're good, thank you.
we're on fire.
Yeah, I'll pull out the burning log myself. And yeah, it was just, and then knowing the character that she becomes, over the next 10 years, it's amazing to see that metamorph.
I'm sorry. What a fucking dick. He tells her to take the log out of the fire.
Mm-hmm. I would have fallen upside the head with it.
Oh, you
So-
puss.
Mm.
Yeah, and and I mean, Adam Minorovich he was fantastic as Ed. He embodied that role and he played it very, very well. You believed that he was just this. I mean, and I'm sorry, but to me, Ed was worse than Merle, because Merle was he was very, very obvious about his likes and his dislikes and stuff like that. But Ed
Merle was a white trash redneck.
he was, and he made no apologies about it.
Right.
I don't think he was an abuser like Ed.
Yeah.
All right, so I had a question. When he's up on the roof and he's having his little delirium about doing 16 or 18 hard runs,
Episode 3, the beginning of it. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're going ahead.
Never mind. I have to say. See, I remember stuff and then it's the wrong stuff.
I'm telling you, they all blend in eventually. So
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you go back and watch it, and then you're rewatching it over and over, and so many scenes that they directed and Frank wrote, and it's just so emotional. It makes you so emotionally invested in these characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's mind blowing when you rewatch it over and over, and it still doesn't get old.
No, and it makes you question. It makes you question what would you do in that situation. Like Barb asked about how we would, feel about with Merle up on the roof and all of that. And I even have a note leaving Merle. I don't know how I feel about it.
Mhm.
You know,
I would
It
have
makes
loved
you
him.
question.
Sorry. I mean, he was. I mean, do you think he would have saved you
No, but that wouldn't be the point.
Mm.
after
Yeah.
how he treated everyone and how he treated T Dog? I was like, we don't have time for that. Let's just move on. You can
Yeah,
say
he was a trash person. He was for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Rick thought about it the next day, and Dawn, he even said it. He said, I even though he's a dick, I can't leave him.
Yeah, because Lori even put that question to him. Do you think that he would even, give you a second thought? And he's like, that's not the point.
right.
I love Morales though. He's like, don't worry, man. Nobody's going to be upset that Merle's not there. Well, except Daryl.
Yeah, and poor T-Dog, because T-Dog fought with it too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, if it was me and I had to get to the truck, I'm not saving Merle. I'm leaving.
Don's like, fuck Merle.
I don't think he would help me. Now, if it was Rick, it'd be different. Then yeah, I would stay to help Rick.
Right.
But Merle is for Merle.
Yes. Oh yeah, 100%. Merle was for Merle. Yeah.
So Tabitha says, I think it's super cute that David Alpay watched the series nonstop before coming to the camp to understand and relate to the family he was going to be hanging out with.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then he had all those questions on stage.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was cute. Samara, period.
Right, Mark, I'm with you.
That's great. Yeah. So, and after this, of course, then all day Sunday, I was, doing my little arts and crafts stuff and everything. And I rewatched From
Mm-hmm.
season 3. And I mean, you want to talk about the same kind of emotional roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
It affected me just as much as The Walking Dead has, rewatching. And I'm sorry, but I love me some Scott McCord.
Yep.
Good God, I love
And
him.
David Alpay.
And David, I mean, just when he at the last episode where they finally remember what they're doing and he figures it out and it's freaking him out, and I'm just like, oh baby,
Yeah.
Oh honey,
And Jamie's got a cute little butt.
yeah, that Jamie's little butt, yes,
Jamie's little butt.
yeah. I just God,
It's like it's like I say about The Walking Dead with Rick's acting. Scott McCord, blows it away.
Yeah, I just
As much as I like other characters, I mean that acting.
And I don't know if I'm ready for season 4. I just
yeah, I don't know, because is this the last season?
I don't know.
we don't know. Unless they tie this up with a bow or something, but I mean, I don't see it ending with a good closure because Lost didn't, and that's the same type of same writers and directing and everything.
I don't know. And MGM Plus just drives me insane because they have this show that's so good. There's no marketing or merchandising for this show for these actors that are doing this great acting, and nobody cares. Like
They're not supporting them at all.
No.
And it's very frustrating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The only merchandise is what people create and sell on Etsy, which I am very grateful for because I've got shirts and coffee cups and everything.
Yeah.
But you would think that, I mean, they're not even putting them out there in front of like anything.
I have seen, I think it was Scott that was wearing a From beanie, but I think those were just things that were given to the cast and crew. So yeah, you're exactly right. Why are you not marketing on this? And it needs to be one of those shows that a bigger network picks up, AMC or something like that, because it's huge.
Yeah, like Pam said, she wants a lunchbox. They could be making lunch boxes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's crazy that they don't support this show and pump it out more.
Yeah.
Little bit
I wish David was on Facebook, because like I posted on Sunday about rewatching, and I tagged Scott and I tagged Liz, and I wish, Tabitha, that I could have tagged David, but he's not on Facebook. But I mean, the actors and Elizabeth Moy and
Jamie.
Jamie, and I mean, they're just the whole cast is just absolutely crazy, and we've had the majority of them on our podcast, and there's not a bad one in the bunch. They're just all fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. That's why when I post anything from Relishing the Dead and I'm trying to tag them, it's like we've had so many of them, I run out of room. I've reached my limit on who I can mention, and
I'm so grateful for that we've had them on here because they're lovely individuals.
And it's time that we have them back.
Yeah, I agree.
And Harold.
yes. And Kelsey, we want Kelsey to come on so we can talk to her.
Yeah.
I'm sad that they don't get the recognition that they deserve.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I wish that we could just blast everything for them.
Yeah, because you would have thought after season 1, okay, season 2 for sure, I would have seen a bigger network vying for that, and then people pushing merchandise out. But I'm kudos to creators out there who are making it for us, though.
Yeah, because that's the only way we can get it. And Douglas with that damn doll that was knitted for him and posting all over Facebook about the little man in yellow. Cracks me up. Yeah.
And we're so appreciative to them because, we always try to send stuff to everybody when they're on our show, and they get on and they show it off and they're like, look, Relishing the Dead. And Scott is huge about Endless too, about reposting and resharing our stuff. And I can't wait to see Chloe and hear my favorite sound again.
Yeah. I agree with you, Dawn. I think that they are really missing the mark. 100%.
Like I said, I just hate it for them because it's such a good show and they're just not getting the recognition they deserve.
That's so good. So if you guys in the comments, if you guys haven't watched From, or Samara made a message that her husband Nick was asking about From, you guys need to watch it.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
We'll probably touch back on season 3, maybe the first part of April, because I think they start back, is it April 16th, Dawn, or the 19th or something?
19th.
Yeah, and 19th. We'll touch back on season 3 and get a couple of episodes under our belt and start working on getting some of the actors to come back and join us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this is the last season, which I hope it's not. I'm
hoping not, because of Dawn's cameo.
Yeah.
That was kind of a telltale to me. He still looks like Jade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless he's just going to go for the wild man look for the rest of his life. But he still looks like Jade, so that, kind of gives me hope that maybe it's not over yet.
Yeah, it is April 19th. It's Scott's birthday, and it's the day after my birthday.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I think, like he said, he was filming a little vampire thing. So if he was actually having to film that, he didn't cut or shave. So.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, and I don't even mind if we don't even get any answers season 4, if there's another season after this. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the answers if we're going to get another season.
It's just so good. And now we've got Jamie, we've got Smiley coming back as the grandchild, and it's just going to get cray.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. So next week, what are we doing?
Mr. David Grayson. David frequented the camp quite a bit, and he's been recognized, I know, by Norman Reedus quite a bit on Instagram. He is probably one of the best Walking Dead impressionists, and he can carry on conversations and do different voices, within the conversation. So we're really excited to have David joining us.
Yeah, and he's in Oklahoma, and he does a lot of acting and stuff like that too in Oklahoma. So David's a lot of fun. And then after that, we'll probably start up again with our rewatch. So if you guys are into doing rewatches, you guys can rewatch with us.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for all of the birthday wishes in the comments. I appreciate you guys. It was a good day today. A very good day.
Good day.
I got flowers. I got sparkly stuff. I got canvases. I got all. It was just a great day. So, and I share it with Randy, so it's a good day. All right. Let's see.
And who's excited about Bob being at camp? I know.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I mean, wow.
So
Yeah.
happy that Lawrence is going to be there. So happy.
Yes.
Yeah. I love him. He is going to be such a great addition to the camp. His personality is so wonderful.
Yeah. Really, really happy we got Lawrence to come.
And then they just announced Jeremy today, Jeremy Palco.
Good.
We probably have maybe 2 or 3 guest announcements left before the camp. I don't know. We should have some event announcements coming up, hopefully. The current events that are out there, if you guys are going to the camp, go buy tickets so that we can get new announcements.
And then
I want one with Bob.
yeah, and then usually in April, like late March, early April, they'll start pushing out the photo ops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin and Emilio. Yep.
Emilio, yes. Super excited about he's going to be a good addition too. We met him in Fandemic and he was wonderful.
Yes.
He was a lot of fun.
We've got a few that are coming this year that are first timers to the camp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Jake is holding the events hostage. He's gatekeeping the events until the other events are sold out. So
Oh, I got excited to see Jeff Cobra coming here before camp.
yeah.
There's a Nashville event, Tattoo and Horror Festival in April, the beginning of April, and they just announced Jeff Cobra, so that was really exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
10 minutes from my house.
Yeah,
He
I
was
like
fun.
I think it was you that you said you were glad to see him getting some action, and I think that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, we like to thank our Patreons and financial supporters of our show, Casey and Katrina Florig, Brandon Cade, Ben and Melissa Gilbert, Terry and Kay Collier, Jonathan and Michelle Cooley, Wesley and Sarah Hale, Jasmine Mullins, Vaughn Montalago, Jason and Sabrina Cohn, Tracy Killen Stotes, Mary and Craig, Linda Athens, Casey Collins, Kristen Rice, and Crystal Fink, Julie Blackwell, Jason Hill, Paige Leiby. Is that John Killen, John Thomas Killen, Anissa, Edward, and Diana Ponce Krupa? That was a new one. It caught me off guard. Vicky, Mark, and Pamela, Regina Lawson, Tina Stromberg, and Randy Nickel.
Happy birthday, Randy.
Samara, Dustin Baker, Sandy Morrison, Janice Griffin, Sean and Michelle Collier, Ellen Gordon, Vanessa and Rick, Julie Purveyance, Carl and Sarah Wilson, Angie Gilmore, Maria Marsh, the Davidson family, Elizabeth Hanson Green, and Myra Perkins Moss, and Tabitha, and she joined us tonight. And
I'm glad Tabitha joined us.
yes, and a very special thank you to Oscar and Casey. Okay, check us out on our Facebook group page where we play games and give away monthly prizes. And I think we'll be doing that, Thursday, Barb?
Yeah,
can.
that's all you. Sure.
Then we have our Facebook podcast page. If you haven't went and liked, please do. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, IMDb. We need to add some guests to that soon, hopefully.
Yep.
Merchandise by Bonfire and Patreon. You can be a $10 Patreon or a $20 Patreon a month. And if you're a new Patreon, you get a Patreon t-shirt.
And why do people want to be Patreons, Don?
Because we give back to the lovely people in the comment section.
And they get to play games with Barb.
Yes.
I love the Echelon briefings.
Yeah, this weekend was a little. Sometimes I put something up that I think it's gonna be too easy, and then they get stumped. I'm like,
And then you pick something really hard, and Crystal Fink just goes and blows it right out her ass. So
No.
yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, I guess that's it, my loves. I guess we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
I
Give me her